I've always believed that heroes aren't born, fully formed, and ready to save the day. They're made. They are sculpted through trials, forged in the fires of adversity, and molded by the choices they make. And when I think about leadership, honor, and what it truly means to inspire others to be their best selves, I can't help but picture Chris Evans stepping onto that screen as Captain America, embodying those very qualities. But you know what? It's not just the shield, that iconic symbol of protection and justice, the suit, the star-spangled uniform that represents hope and unwavering resolve, or even the super serum, that miraculous concoction that amplified his physical abilities. It's the man behind the hero, on and off the screen, who shows us what real leadership looks like, what it means to lead with integrity and compassion. Let me take you back for a second. Peel back the layers of the superhero persona. Before he became a household name, before the global recognition and the legions of fans, Chris Evans was just a guy chasing his dream, audition after audition, rejection after rejection, facing the same struggles as countless aspiring actors. He almost didn't take the role of Captain America, a decision that would have drastically altered the course of his life in cinematic history. Yeah, you heard that right. He had serious reservations. The pressure, the spotlight, the commitment to a multi-film franchise, it all felt too much, a daunting prospect for anyone. But here's the thing, true leaders aren't those who never feel fear, who are immune to doubt and uncertainty. They're the ones who step forward, even when their hands are shaking, even when their hearts are pounding in their chests. And that's exactly what Evans did, both as Steve Rogers, the embodiment of unwavering courage, and as himself, a man grappling with his own anxieties. Because being Captain America isn't about never failing, about being invincible or perfect. It's about getting back up again and again, learning from your mistakes, and fighting for something bigger than yourself, for the greater good. Think about it. Steve Rogers was a scrawny kid from Brooklyn, a 98-pound weakling with a heart of gold, always standing up to bullies, always defending the defenseless, even when he was outmatched and outgunned, always doing what's right, even when no one's looking, even when it's the harder path to take. That's not just a Marvel script, a fictional tale spun for entertainment. That's a blueprint for real-life leadership, a guide to living a life of purpose and integrity. And Chris, he didn't just play the part, he embodied it, he lived it, he breathed it. Off camera, he's used his platform to stand up for justice, to advocate for those who are marginalized and oppressed. Speak out about mental health, helping to break down the stigma surrounding mental illness, and encouraging open and honest conversations. And encourage others to own their truth, to embrace their vulnerabilities, and to live authentically. He reminds us that honor isn't about medals or applause, about external validation or accolades. It's about integrity, about making the tough call, even when it's not popular, even when it means standing alone against the crowd. Now I know what you're thinking, I'm not a superhero, I don't have a vibranium shield or an Avengers team to back me up. But here's the secret. Leadership isn't about superpowers, it's not about extraordinary abilities or superhuman strength. It's about super choices, the everyday decisions we make that define our character and shape our world. It's about listening when someone needs to talk, offering a shoulder to cry on, and providing a safe space for vulnerability. Owning up when you mess up, taking responsibility for your actions, and learning from your mistakes. Lifting others up, not tearing them down. Empowering those around you to reach their full potential. The real lesson from Chris Evans, and from Captain America, is that you lead by example, that your actions speak louder than your words. You show up with authenticity, with genuine care and concern for others. You fight for what's right, even when no one else will stand beside you, even when it's unpopular or uncomfortable. And you use your voice, your values, your story, to light the way for others, to inspire them to be their best selves. So if you're ever doubting yourself, if you wonder whether you've got what it takes to lead, remember Steve Rogers, remember Chris Evans, remember their journeys. They both remind us it's not about being the strongest, the most powerful, or the most physically imposing. It's about being the bravest, about having the courage to stand up for what you believe in, even when it's scary. It's about standing up, speaking out, and showing up day after day, consistently striving to be a better version of yourself. That's honor. That's leadership. That's what it truly means to be a hero. And that's a legacy that outlasts any blockbuster, a legacy that inspires generations to come. So go on, pick up your shield, whatever it looks like, and step into your story. Embrace your potential and start your journey. The world needs more leaders, real ones, authentic leaders who lead with compassion, integrity, and courage. Maybe, just maybe it needs you. Maybe you are the leader the world has been waiting for.